true crime lovelies. Uh-oh, I can't see you guys. Hopefully you can see me. Oh yeah, you can. How is everybody doing? How are you? Where are you coming in from? Can you hear me okay? Is the weather good where you are? Let me know if I'm too loud or not loud enough. Good evening, Bama Green Eyes. Good evening, everybody. Let me see what I got coming in the chat. Hey there. Hi there. Lancaster. Okay, good. Sounding good. Yay! Oh my God, you guys. I got a letter. I got an email from Josh Adams. He must have seen that milk cart I sent. No, he responded to the email that I sent to him. Low. Okay, let me turn it up. Sometimes I worry I'm too loud. Okay, how's that? Upper West Side. Hey, I'm right above you. I'm on 113th Street. And 8th Ave. Hello, Nati. I'm in South Harlem, Niagara Falls, Western Washington. Oh my goodness. Chatsworth, California, my home state, Oregon. Gorgeous and good beer. Hello, Chicago. Good pizza pie. Yes. Virginia, disrespectful. All right, let us, take a dive, take a walk on the wild side. What do we have? I'm going to share this. I'm going to go back over. I want to be on the other side. Okay, so this is appellate attorney. Let me make that larger. Her appellate attorney, Josh Adams. I mentioned to you guys before, like he at least has to know because I sent him an email if nobody else, but I'm sure the court sent it. Anyway, he sent this note today at noon and he copied, I crossed out the whole thing. It's the name, it's Julian, but it's his business email address. But you see, I'm on the 2 line, he's on the CC line. Good afternoon to you both. I received emails from both inquiring about this matter, and the subject line is Sarah Boone appeal. Please try to include all parties in any reply. So he's like, both of y'all have been bothering me. If you need to reply so everybody gets the same answer. I don't have time to deal with y'all individually. I am working on getting the full record on appeal. Looks like we are still waiting on the transcripts. I have requested, he put expansion, but he means extension. I've requested an extension, probably like autocorrect. I will be working on getting in contact via email with Sarah, and I will try to schedule a video visit soon. Sincerely, Josh E. Adams, the Adams firm. So I was like, okay, let me go over to the lower court and see if I find anything. And lo and behold, this was there, which is his note. And it was dated it was filed, is today the 27th? Yeah, 2/27/12/30. So he must have been doing all his clerical stuff or whoever for him. Let me see. I want to make this a little bit bigger, I think. I don't know why it always resizes once I share. Can you guys see that? I'm going to take the comment down. Okay. Let me scroll up. So this is State of Florida v. Sarah Boone, defendant, designation to court reporter. Defendant appellant files this designation to the manager of the official court reporters and directs the court reporter to transcribe an original and 2 copies of the following to be filed with the clerk's office of the lower tribunal. So they are the lower tribunal. The appellate court is the higher court. So he wants it to be filed there. So maybe we'll get to see it. I don't know if they'll publicly file these transcripts, but JAC is paying for them. So I will definitely keep an eye out. Hearing. So number 1, he wants the hearing on motion for continuance held on September 3rd, 2024. So that was when, you guys will remember, when Owens made his first appearance and Sarah was all crazy, post-coital, giggling, I love you, whispering, blowing kisses. That was his first, right? When he made his first appearance on the record, he immediately asked for a motion for continuance. Well, he filed it before he showed up, but he asked, and that's when the judge was like, Judge Kranik. Hearing on a second amended motion to suppress defendant's statements at OCSO held on October 2nd, 2024. So that is when Detective Kelsey came and Tara testified. I have a video on her lies pointing them out. Her pants are on fire. I can't remember what the name of it is. And then he wants a copy of transcripts from jury selection and trial held from October 14th to October 25th, 2024. And then 4, sentencing held on December 2nd. So this, I don't know, do you guys find that interesting? Because I feel like all over YouTube, how did I get back in this format? Good Lord. Oh yeah, there we are. I'm not in the middle. All over, oh God, YouTube, everyone was like, what happened at sentencing won't be part of the appellate record. So do you guys think he's asking for it for reference? Or he's going to bring that into because Kranik made no comments. I mean, he could see that on TV, but maybe he's busy. He just wants the transcripts and he doesn't have to pay for them. So, but you know what I mean? Like, Kranik didn't say any words other than based on everything that's happened from the test from the trial to now, I adjudicate you, or you've been adjudicated guilty. He repeated it and I sentence you to life in prison. So I don't know. Yeah, he does not have to be in constant contact. You are right, Yana. But he's going to give her a phone call or a video call, and then I'm sure he's not going to talk to her for a while after that. Yeah. So I, counsel for defendant, certify that satisfactory financial arrangements have been made with the court reporter for preparation of the transcript since the defendant is indigent and the county or office of the JAC due process appropriation fund will bear that cost. And then he certified that and he sent it also to the attorney general. I blacked out his address. If you need it, you can look it up. YouTube is getting really persnickety about addresses. Like they think you're doxing people. Okay, so that is what we have from there. So that's the update with her appeal. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you guys. This one. So of course, after that, I'm nosy and you like me for it. I went over to the district. Now we can't actually see. Why can't I stay in this circle? Oh my God. Oh, you know why? Because I'm leaning the wrong way. I'm in reverse. Okay. So I went over to the appellate and I pulled this up. And so we go down here. I just did a PDF of this because no point in having an extra tab open. It doesn't let me click on those. So, but you see today he filed motions extensions. In case anyone was wondering, how do you know he means extensions instead of expansions? So motion for extension of time to serve initial brief on behalf of Sarah Boone, and then he filed his notice of appearance also today. So it hasn't updated up here. It still has James Sylvan Owens as her representative, but it's because it hasn't been updated yet. This is filed and they haven't processed it yet. Okay. So that is what is going on with her appeal. What do you guys think? Where's Josh been? And does anyone know how long they have to file the brief? I know we had 30 days to file the notice of appeal, but then how long? Because he's asking for an extension. So I'm guessing, well, I'm speculating really. There has to be some type of time. It has to be time bound. Otherwise, why would he file for that, right? Like, is it 3 months to get it filed, 6 months? Because I understand. Oh yes, YouTube. Leave it to the YouTube governance to be persnickety. Oh, you want to know what's happening with the alimony? Okay. Oh my goodness, we're just rushing through. We don't want to savor this a little bit? I guess not. Okay. So there's a court date set for that. Let me just get all those files opened up. They are moving forward, but this judge, like the way this document is drafted, I haven't seen any of her others like that. So I'm already in love with this judge. She's like super specific. So if any tangents happen, she can redirect you, Sarah, to the what she said. I could just see her being like, a reference page, blah, blah, blah. Because if anybody needs that, it's Miss Boone. Okay, hold on. Let me show. I'm trying to mine the tabs and not have too many open because it creates lag. So I just want to make sure we're goody. Sarah to court and case management. Okay. Oh my goodness. Come on, Dropbox. Okay, there we go. So let's start with the case management first. And remember, this is that new, I think her name is Latanya. It'll happen. Okay, so Susan Lund, we're going to find out what's happening because this judge is not messing around. Let me make that larger. Okay, order setting. I made it larger than it shrank it. Come on, Dropbox. Let me see. Can you guys see that? Okay, let me just make it a little bit. Let's do 200 and see. No, it still shrinks it. Hopefully you guys can see this. If you're on a phone, you may not, but I'm going to read it. Order setting case management conference pursuant to Florida Family Law Rule of Procedure 12.200. Attorneys who will be handling trial and all parties must appear virtually. No last minute continuances of this hearing will be granted. This is a substantive hearing. If you are in need, okay, we are not in need of an interpreter. In order to facilitate the orderly and timely litigation to trial in this case, all parties shall be bound by this order and any orders arising from case management conference. It is ordered as follows. The case management conference in this matter will occur virtually on March 26, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. Yeah, because Brian is in another city and obviously Sarah's in prison, so there's no reason to come in. It'll happen via Zoom before Judge LaShonda K. Jackson. The time allotted for case management conference is 15 minutes. If you object to this hearing being held virtually, you must file an objection within 10 days. Please see below. I blanked out the Zoom link because some of y'all might try to join. So if you're appearing by phone, you need to download blah, blah, blah. At the case management conference, the parties, and remember, guys, she doesn't have an attorney for this. Bankowitz helped her out for a while, pro bono, but a couple months after he was off of her criminal case, he put in his notice of, or what is it, to withdraw. He put in the request to withdraw. So she's going to be on her own. And already she's behind the 8 ball because like it's saying you have to respond within 10 days of this. She probably some of her friends might be here in the bushes, but otherwise she won't see this until another 10 days from now because we know how that works. So outstanding motions. The parties are on notice that any outstanding motions may be taken up at this hearing. So remember, she has that outstanding motion for contempt that hasn't been heard. All outstanding motions not ruled upon shall be scheduled for hearing or reserved for trial or deemed waived. Either side that wants to hear any particular motions at this hearing shall file a cross notice and send a copy to the court. So one to the other party, one to the court. Motion shall, which I don't know how you do that if you're writing it out by hand. Oh no, but the last thing when she wrote her pro se thing, she typed it out. So okay, motions shall not be heard once a trial date is coordinated. Oh wow, so none of that last minute stuff like with her criminal case, because those motions, I mean, we were hearing motions the day of, well, at least October 7th, right, when it was postponed. They were hearing motions that morning. Judge Koenig is a G. Parties must apprise the court at this conference of any motions requiring ruling or any additional motions are expected to be filed. Discovery and exhibit deadlines. All discovery I think they mean discovery. Discovery disputes and any additional discovery requested or due shall be discussed at this conference. All exhibits to be used at trial must be exchanged prior to trial without exception, i.e., rebuttal is not an exception. Note, any objections to any exhibit based on authentication must be made in writing prior to trial or will be considered waived. That made me think of pictures, like if she was gonna bring, although I don't know how she would get them at this point, but like those unauthenticated photos that were in her criminal trial. Although I don't know what she would have. She's got something on him who that in her mind, I'm not saying it's legit. Deadlines to be established for outstanding discovery, depositions, reports, evaluations, compliance with prior orders. Yes, this is live, Angela. This is live. We are here. Okay, let me get back to this. So, deadlines to be established for outstanding discovery, depositions, reports, evaluations, compliance with prior orders. Dates of trial. If the case is sufficiently prepared, it will be scheduled for trial at this hearing. It won't be. She's gonna come in with a bunch of excuses. I already know. I didn't have this. I don't have that. Da, 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 da. Cases will not be set for trial when there are outstanding issues related to discovery. Trial dates will not be continued without extraordinary circumstances. You see what I mean? Like this judge she's given boundaries, strong, clear boundaries. Motions to withdraw filed after the trial is scheduled will not be granted without extraordinary circumstances. Like you lost a limb, and written permission of the client acknowledging the trial will proceed as scheduled. Oh, so there will be you won't be able to switch attorneys to help get you a different trial day, right? Written permission of the client. So in order to withdraw, it has to be an extraordinary circumstance. You lost an arm, and you have to have written permission from the client that it's not going to be rescheduled. It will proceed as scheduled. So she can get that stall tactic out of her mind, should it be there. Disclosure due at case management hearing if the parties wish to have a trial scheduled. Prior to the case management conference, counsel should confer and exchange evidence exhibits and witness/expert list not previously exchanged. The parties shall supply the court with a list of exhibits stipulated as admissible. Counsel should be ready to address what evidentiary disputes are, the legal basis for those disputes. So not your feelings. We need the facts, hopefully a proper citation or two, and provide alternative solutions for the same. So don't just come with the problem and no solution, right? If there's a problem, she wants a suggestion on how to resolve it. Love her. Settlement. Counsel should be ready to discuss the potential of settlement and consideration of additional mediation. Now, remember, Sarah effectively waived mediation because when Brian's attorney sent her the note, she came back with like 2 pages of questions, and so he just filed like they're not going to, and she was like, oh, I have cancer, and when you say pick one of these dates, I don't know where I'll be or what I'll be doing, ma'am. So narrow issues. Counsel will be prepared to discuss stipulations required under the order setting scheduling conference and other agreements that will allow the court to narrow the issues for trial. So we're not going back to when you were married. We're not going back to, 1982. We're going to just talk about what is at hand. The court shall not litigate any equitable and this is all caps, shall not, it's for emphasis, any equitable distribution issues without the single equitable distribution spreadsheet that is required by the pretrial order. So I wonder if this might be a template because they don't have any, as far as I know, she got the $10,000 when before he sold the house when they did the quick claim deed, and that was it. There were no other assets listed in the family court worksheet that they filed when they initially filed when Brian filed in 2017. If pretrial conference is also being scheduled, a separate order will be entered. All provisions of that order setting hearing shall also be followed. Done and ordered on the 26th, on this 26th day of February 2025. And then you've got the certificate of service. So Brian is getting his via Joshua Martell, his counsel, and then Sarah's is going to her. And Isis Lee is the judicial assistant. So I wonder if Sarah will address Isis and the judge like she did with the last one when she was like, I don't know if you're reading this. And then she started adding his judicial assistants. So what do you guys think? I've got her, next we're going to go over her DOC stuff. So before we leave the trial, the oh my god, the appellate stuff or the family court stuff, let's chat about it a little bit. Brian needs a spreadsheet showing loans and money spent, including phone call charges. I agree with that, Northwest. Well done, Judge. Sarah has dragged things out long enough. Amen. Boone never had cancer, or she would have used that at trial. I know we speculated like maybe she had HPV or like a sunspot that had, that was cancerous. But yeah, but she made it like she was gonna have years of chemo and some radiation. I mean, I don't want to make light of anybody who has cancer. My mom had it in 2020. It's a horrible disease. She's fine now, but it's like, so if she had it, I obviously, but there's room for doubt, and we know that Sarah likes to embellish. So Sarah won't be able to showcase her A+ student letters filled with questions. Judge Jackson has already answered most of anything for her already. Bam! Yes. Is it Reby? Like, I don't know, that's Reba McEntire, but is it Reby? Is that how you say it? Mild skin cancer? Okay. So like mild as in she didn't need any chemo or radiation, or, I mean, I'm just glad whatever it was, it's resolved now. Because yeah, I think you guys are right. She would have said something about it at trial, like, or in her forgiveness letter, she would have forgiven cancer, right? I think prison is not an end of alimony in Florida, but it may be a low number. It shouldn't be what she was getting. Oh, really? You don't think murdering somebody prohibits you from getting alimony? It'll be interesting. I should look it up. We need like a family lawyer. We know she did have surgery. I don't know if it was related to the case. It's hard to tell in the IMS, but I know that's why she got the extra pillow. So that's why we were thinking like somewhere in the face or head, or I don't know. Could have been further back. Who knows? But you're right, Northwest. She did have the surgery. Wonder why Brian wasn't dating. Sarah would have a hissy fit. We don't know. He could be dating. Right? I hope he is. Pre-cancerous, probably. Yeah. Cancer was like, nope, I'm out of here. You got this. You got all the toxicity any one person can handle. Send all this to Law and Lumber. Oh, I should. I haven't watched him in a while, but I followed him. Like, I'm sure a lot of us found him from the Amber Heard bed video, but I used to like attend every Friday Night Live and but that's a good idea, Northwest. Thank you. Oh yes, we're live. The little one is asleep. Just because Boone is in prison and it may take up to a week or so for her to receive correspondence, etc., is her problem. She's not entitled to court-appointed attorney for this case, as it's civil. I agree, Kathleen, but because I'm posting it, some of her friends watch, and so they'll probably tell her. I don't know if they'll get a copy. I mean, they can send her a copy with my 2 cents all over it. I'm sure she'll love that. But she should be nice to me. I'm actually helping her out in a sense. Yeah, she's not entitled to the court appointed attorney. I wonder, remember that letter that she had sent to like some women's help thing and they declined to help her? Maybe she'll try to do that again. And they're like, we're not basing it on the merit of your case, just with our caseload and we won't be able to assist. I think mainly because she was in jail. Like they have other people who actually need help eating, where if you're in jail, you're getting 3 meals guaranteed. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't be a priority for a pro bono firm or nonprofit. Or did anyone writ Sarah to attend court? It's what time did this come in? She's gonna do it virtually, Northwest. Something is wrong. Oh, 12:20. My computer is like not cooperating. Here we go. Yeah, 12:20. Okay. And it is now 12:26. So it is. Oh wait, did I not show that yet? Hold on. I didn't. Okay, here we go. Thank you for asking that, Northwest, because I thought I already showed it. Dropbox. Stop it. You guys saw me change that to 200, right? Then it changed back. I'm not crazy. Well, that's not a defining thing of crazy, but yeah, here she is. Okay. Shout out to Northwest. Oh, you know what? And someone sent a $50 super chat, but it didn't let me highlight it. So thank you to whoever that was. Right at the top of the stream. Oh, here, now I can see it. It let me. I tried to do it while we were running the stream. Thank you, Lorraine Schultz. My mom's name is Lorraine. She spells it a little differently, but I appreciate you greatly. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate the super chat. Okay, order for telephonic hearing in jail. This cause having come before the court without hearing, and given that the respondent is incarcerated, so we know this is not a form or a template, it is ordered and adjudged that on the 26th day of March 2025 at 9:30 a.m., the classification supervisor of the Lowell Correction Institute, female, or any facility the respondent is subsequently transferred, shall provide the respondent, Sarah K. Boone, access to the telephone at the date and time listed above. Oh, so she won't even be attending via video. I wonder if I try to attend, if they'll kick me out, or if it's like, you know how you watch, do you guys ever watch like any of the court, like there's one in Atlanta, but like the real court shows that are shown on YouTube, because sometimes they'll be like, who are you? Or they won't let you out of the lobby. You know, I don't even know. I'm gonna try probably. So they, in a place conducive to his or her need to complete said hearing by calling and in accordance with blah blah blah, done and ordered on the 26th of February. This is a true and correct copy. So they sent it to Brian via counsel, to Sarah at the institution, and then to the council. Please hold for the sirens. Oh goodness. Loud. So she's going to have to show it to someone at the institution for them to, like, I was surprised, I guess, that they didn't copy like the warden or someone. Do you know what I mean? So that they also get a copy. I mean, I guess it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But yeah, so that was filed yesterday. So those are the two that were on the family court docket. Let me close these tabs. Now I really wish we knew if you're, but see, here's the reason why I think it doesn't, is because the other judge, the other family court judge, advised that he did not want to make a decision until after after she was adjudged in the criminal case, and he said she could push it, but he would have to take into consideration the fact that the fact that she was incarcerated. So that could either mean what you're saying, that it's less because she's incarcerated, but I was thinking of it as that means because she's incarcerated she gets nada. He stopped paying in 2022 when he lost his job. They did at some point oh my God, what am I trying to say? They put out like a lien for the child support and then they collected that. But after that, there was no more, like after he filed for the reduction, there was no more child support taken from him. But he has not paid alimony. And it's not in, well, let me say it like this. I found no proof. I've done extensive research that it is in a trust. And I feel like because he didn't have a job, he would have fought to not put it in a trust because he and Lucas, oh my God, sorry. He and his son, I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try not to say the kid's name, any of the children's names, but he and his son could have lived off of that $1,000, right? His parents are helping him, but why should they have to help additionally so that Sarah can have honey buns? So she has been behaving, Leon. I did ask for the disciplinary reports. I don't have those. I have her call log, I have her canteen, and I have that she added 2 people to her visitors list. We're going to get to that in a second. Let's not rush because people still, let's see what else. Yay. There's a lot of people in here. I'm here for all of it. I'm glad you guys all are here. We have 608. If you don't mind hitting the like button, I would appreciate it. As press, ooh, I might call. I'm not a fan of telling myself no, Northwest. Closed mouth, don't get fed. Google AI says that in Florida, you may not qualify for alimony if you are self-sufficient or if you have a significant change in income or health. Well, she is in the care, custody, and control of the state of Florida. So I feel like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We could speculate till the cows come home. Prison will take 90% of it to go against her costs. Right. Right. Good point, Kathleen. It happened in SB trial where Carrie Stream was playing in someone's Zoom. Oh yeah, but I think because I think I was on her live that day. I think it was someone else was listening to her. Like she wasn't, because she couldn't get in. Someone else who was listening to her got in and did not mute, because we could definitely hear her voice. But yeah, she wasn't. I was on that live. Like she wasn't in there. She and I can't remember who her guests were, couldn't get in there. And then someone from in the court called her because she was like, how ridiculous that someone is in there and talking. And she was the one in there, but it wasn't through her own actions. Yeah, that was a mess. Yeah, I was there that day too, right? It was somebody who was listening to her. Like she kept repeating. She tried to dial in, but she couldn't get in. It was like very meta. As the orders are public with Zoom links to public are entitled to attend. Just do not record or you may get in trouble. Okay. I would have freaked, yeah. Providing the phone is the absolute minimum. They can set her up with a camera if they are feeling generous. I thought that, like, has anybody seen some of the Wade Wilson stuff since he's been sentenced? Like, there's pictures of him on a tablet. So the tablets have cameras. I'm just not sure because there's like a paid for tablet. I don't know if she's paid for one. I'm going to say probably not, but I don't know. It's not on the canteen list. So I don't know where that would appear. Her cheeks pools and turns red when she heard she was only going to be able to listen over. She doesn't know yet. She'll know after this video. If she would have agreed to less, i.e. 200 monthly, I agree. He may have kept paying. The fact that she was demanding 1,000 when that was sustaining her in the free wall for part of her housing, she didn't qualify for it on her own. But do you know, like, she doesn't believe in compromises though. I think, like, I don't know what her deal is. It's her way or no way, which you see how that ended up. I think that's why she didn't take the plea. Yeah, it's supposed to stop in April. So likely by the time the trial starts, that time will have told. I don't think they're going to get to trial in April, by April 20th. I could be wrong. This judge could speed it up. But just based on what we've read right now about all the stuff that has to be done and the discovery and whatever else, which I'm guessing he's going to bring in receipts for what he paid, right? He should bring in, because on the other note, he said he's loaned her about $20,000 since she's been incarcerated. So I'm sure he has the receipts for that. And he's asking for attorney's fees, if you remember, in that when he filed this, because she wouldn't agree. And so he's saying, I have to spend this cost to litigate this now because we can't compromise. Laura, talked about escrow, but it was never court ordered. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was. There's no record of it. And like I said, Brian was unemployed. So why would he be giving her $1,000 of his parents' money while he's unemployed and they're taking care of him? I'm sure he got some unemployment, but at least in New York, unemployment is not enough to even pay your housing. It just isn't. Thank you, Yana. I appreciate you. Yeah, it was Carrie's voice, but it was not Carrie who put herself in there. There was someone else who was listening to her, because she kept saying it emphatically during the live. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Like, you guys remember, I couldn't. So I believe her. I don't know why she would make that up, Boone receives the basics on the taxpayer's dime. Brian paid alimony into court escrow, which is not public. I don't think he paid it into a court escrow. He wasn't required to. Like I said, if he did, he was a fool because he was unemployed. David M. I'm sorry. Brian should not have to pay her alimony if she's in prison. Why should he be punished for her bad doings? Also, I think he can probably show her employment record. Like, she wasn't really ever looking for a job, right? She had 2 jobs while she lived with George. One of them she had 1 week. It was in 2018 when she was arrested for felony battery, domestic violence. I think it was June 2018. And she kept saying, but I got to go to work tomorrow. I only had this job for a week. And the lady was like putting the brakes. Why are you arresting me? And then I don't know what the timing was, but you remember in the trial that one, I'm sure you do, when he was crouched in the upstairs, like the landing there, and she's like berating him. She talks about having a job there. She was like, you didn't even ask me about my day. And when there was some like celebrity baseball player that he didn't know. And she was like, you didn't have a reaction. He was like, it's not that big of a deal to me. You were there too, Kat. Am I misremembering it? I feel like she kept saying it wasn't her. It wasn't her who entered. She had tried to get in, but she couldn't. And then we surmise that someone else was listening to her who dialed in and didn't mute themselves. Hello, Australia. Last day of summer. You're in reverse. 36 Celsius. Very nice. I hope you did something fun. It's getting lighter earlier now, which is happy for me. I get affected by seasonal affective disorder, and so when it's dark early, I just want to like stay in the house. Guest was Sam. Is that who it was? I couldn't remember. I was like, someone, yes, because someone, I think Billy, contacted Sam and said, yes, it is Carrie's voice. Thank you. When did we do the members Zoom? Zoom, we did it on StreamYard, and the people came for next month. What's this? Oh, good Lord. Now, where's my computer doing? Oh, there we go. Okay. 198 and over 500 in chat. Oh. I have a nephew in the system in Ocala, and he got people to buy him a pad from what okay. So maybe someone has sent her one. I mean, she does have people who care about her, so they could have possibly sent her one by now. Like, she got there, on the 1st of February? So she could, depending on how fast, I don't know what their logistic situation is. Yes, being greedy gets you nowhere. When I was in auditing, what would we say? I can't remember. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. I might be reversing it, but we would, like this was for individuals. This was before I was at the bank. It was like a firm, but like trying to nickel and dime the IRS and all that, and then that's going to bring more scrutiny to you. But yeah, she's just like more and more and more. It's her entitlement. He never contacted us. I don't know who he is. Honduras. Okay. It was Lou. I don't know who Lou is. Like from the ward studies. Why would she be listening to Carrie watch the trial? but nobody found out. I scoured through those court files. It's not in there. So if it may have been off the record, it may have been like he decided to do it, but it just like doesn't make sense to me, because then that means it's been sitting in escrow since 2022. Neither he nor Sarah could use it, and like I said, he was unemployed. So imagine taking $1,000 out of your household with your child to have it sit in an account. Daryl Brooks has still not filed his appeal since November 22 sentencing. He's now going pro se. Wait, isn't it too late? He never filed an appeal? I mean, he had 30 days to file the notice of appeal. I don't know why he's Drunky the Bear. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. I appreciate you. Blue giraffes. Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. Hello, Angela. Is it? Okay, let me close some of these tabs. Actually, let's take a comfort break and then I'll switch so I can pull up her jail records. It's the hour. Like, I don't know why the Wi-Fi goes out. It's not like everybody else is up right now in the building. I don't even know if they have the same provider. There's something about this time. Wade? Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's take the comfort break. Let me pull up this other stuff. You guys grab yourselves a drink. You got 60 seconds. I'll see you on the other side. And we are back. All right, let's buckle up. Hang on one second. I'm going to open up this other thing because I want to see the chat. Oh God, I've opened it on something that, okay, yeah. Oh, I see your comment, LW. We're going to get to that. Let me, how do I star that? Gentai, thank you for being a member. If the court never ordered escrow after Brian's filing to cease alimony and did not order him to continue to pay, but said, let's wait for trial, that puts a stay on him. That's what I thought, but everybody keeps saying it. But I intentionally went through every single document end to end in the family court case, and it's not in the order. He said, let's wait until the other case is resolved. If you don't want to wait, please know that it will not be favorable that you are incarcerated. So anyway, okay, let's make this a little bit bigger. And is that, good Lord. Okay. Did it to me again. Okay, so this one is only, is it up? Can you guys see that? Yeah. She added 2 people, but I also thought it was interesting. So she has Lana here, which we already knew as other, right? But number 6 and number 7, it says personal friend, and it's Nicole R. Feiberger, which I haven't seen her. And then Peter J. Gunther, I remember that name. And he also, while she was at in Orange County, he was sending her money. Remember when we looked at her trust transactions? Okay, so this is her commissary. The prison, I don't know, is there, when she was in county jail, they would include all of the prices. For some reason, they've redacted that, which I don't know why, because we saw like the menu for what she could order. So like if I had extra time today, I would have gone in and plugged these in, but I did not. But anyway, so this is like the summary of it. But then we'll go into the breakdown. And this is all things that she's purchased since the first when she got so she got there on the first. Or wait, no, she got there on the 31st, didn't she? Now I can't remember. Anyway, let's just get into it. We're gonna have some fun. And surprise, I didn't see any Dr. Pepper on here. So chick sandwiches, she got one of those, a cooling towel, which I feel like we talked about her getting a cooling towel when we looked at the canteen. Drink mix, raspberry lemonade. She got 3 of those. Fresh scent baby lotion, 1. Sprite and Coke, 1 each. CoverGirl, it's your mauve. Mascara, number 200, very black. Eyeshadow, country wood. Makeup bag, clear. So definitely not in jail anymore. Where is she going with this mauve lipstick and mascara and eyeshadow? In her close management situation, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe she just wants to feel good for herself. She got a drink, Powerade Blue. I think it's 20 ounces, 1. She got 6 hot cocoa mixes, 1 combination lock. I will never hear the word lock now and not think of a lock and a sock. Thanks, Miss K. French vanilla cappuccino. She got 3 of those. Chocolate cream cupcake, 1 of those. Then we're going to go, she got soy sauce, single packet, 6 of those. Mustard, 5 ounces. She got 20 of those. Cereal, Berry Colossal Crunch, which I think is like the Crunch Berry series, right? I'm guessing berry is like strawberry, blueberry. Sugar substitute equal, 115 packets. A pocket folder white, 3 of those. I'm sure she needs that for all her legal wrangling. Colored pencils, another chicken sandwich, 1, another cooling towel, drink mix, raspberry lemonade, 3, fresh scent baby lotion, another Sprite, another Coke. Why does that look like that might be repeating? I might have put these out of order. I was trying to organize them in a way that made sense to me. Regular Lay's, 1.5 ounce. She got 3 of those. Dandruff shampoo, Elements. I don't know if that's the Prisons brand. I've not heard of it. Peanut butter wafer, 2-pack. She got 5. Body lotion infused. I'm guessing like essential oils. Coffee resealable. She got 2. Powdered donuts, 5 packs. It's the Duchess brand. Cinnamon roll, 7. She's going to be real big when we see her on that Zoom call. Oh, no, we're not going to see her. Hopefully we will. But cinnamon roll, 7. Next one, moisturizing bar, 1. Hot cocoa mix, 8. Sweet relish, I guess 9 grams, 20 of those. Ranch, 20 of them. Hydration stick, citrus. Cheddar cheese, 2. Oh, sorry. She got 12 of the citrus sticks. 2 of the cheddar cheese, another 2 of the chocolate cream cupcake, chicken ramen express, 10 of those, soy sauce, single packet, 6 of those, freezer pops, Powerade, which do you guys think they have freezers in there? I know they have a microwave, or are they just drinking them? And remember, there's no AC in the Lowell CI. Crunchy Cheetos, 2. Clipper fingernail, no file, 1. Hot cocoa mix, 3. Trim tweezers, blunt. That still seems dangerous to me. 1. Shampoo VO5, 1. Drink mix, raspberry lemonade, 6. Baby powder, New Day, 1. Coffee, single serve, 10. Flour tortillas, 6 count. She got 1. Next one, antibacterial bar. And I'm thinking like, what is that orange bar that they have you use like before surgery? I'm thinking, is that Dial? It's one of those. That's the only antibacterial soap I can think of. And I remember using it before surgery. Chips, Ruffles, cheddar, 3. Chocolate chip with vanilla ice cream. Okay, so they definitely have a freezer. 1. Crackers, Cheez-It, 6. I wonder if she got the yellow or the white cheddar. I like the white cheddar Cheez-Its. Lip balm, Good Sense, 1. Regular Lay's, 1.5 ounces, 3. A 73-cent postage stamp, 5. She got those on the 15th of February. So a letter or two might be forthcoming. A Sprite, a pin, round stick, medium black. She got 2 of those. Floss Loops mint blue. She got 1. I love those. Yeah, to get to your molars. Highly recommend. French vanilla cappuccino, 4. Soap dish, 1. So I'm imagining it's like a dorm, like a college dorm. You put all your stuff in like a little container and then go to the shared showers, right? Because why would she need a soap dish? But I guess if you're taking your soap in there, when you take it back out, you put it in the soap dish so you don't get your stuff gunky. Does that make sense? Anybody else have another theory? I'm open. Freezer Pops, Powerade, 1. Crunchy Cheetos, 2. Aren't all Cheetos crunchy? See, this feels like a repeat. Yeah, the tortillas. Okay, now we're gonna go into her phone reports. There was oh god, there's some other. Hold on? I think I might have pulled up the wrong one. I only highlighted names that I recognize because 1, I was short on time, and 2, I was like, we don't know those people, and I don't want to drag them into Sarah's foolishness. Let me just make sure I don't have another version of this. FDOC. I think it's this one. Yeah, okay, let me switch. So the numbers that I'm not putting their name, I didn't redact it because that's how I got it. So please, don't be strange. Don't call these people. So Lana, and this, it's a little weird. So the last time we looked at this, it was in reverse order. So I repositioned the pages, but it still has the newest date at the bottom of each. But I'm going to read it from top to bottom because I tried it earlier and it looks weird. I don't want to give anybody like a freak out visual, like, if you're sensitive. So we're just going to go in that. Hopefully that makes sense. So this was on the 8th of February. She talked to Lana. Or no, she didn't. No duration. Brian on the 8th, she called him at 1:05. He didn't answer. Then again, oh no, this is the day before, the 7th, she talked to Lana for 30 minutes. Danielle Parsons, do you guys remember that name? I couldn't find her in any of the documents. I did not go through all of the video visits though, so she might be in there. Anyway, they talked on the 6th for about 20 minutes, and then first she called her at 19:14 and there was no answer, and then 2 minutes later she called her and there she was. So Julian, this is the one that was copied on the email from her appellate attorney. He did not answer. Brian on the 5th, they talked for 12 minutes. Lana on the 4th, they talked for almost 30 minutes. They're a couple minutes short. And then Brian didn't answer. And then she talked to him for 3 minutes, or prior, actually 3 minutes and 34 seconds. She called Lana on the 3rd and no answer. Brian here on the 3rd, and they talked for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay. So same thing. The earlier date is at the bottom. Brian did not answer on the 11th. And then Lana talked to her for almost 30 minutes on the 10th. Remember, I want to go back to that. The 13th is the day that George was born. It's his birthday. I don't know why I said it like that. It was George's birthday. And then the 23rd is the night that she murdered him. So I don't think it went that far in there, but I'm sure around the 13th she was probably a little anxious. Or I would think so. Who knows? She's not like us. 10:25 is the time, and he did not answer. Then we have Lana here on the 10th, and she talked for 30 minutes, we'll say, and then nothing for Brian on the 10th and the 9th. Then nothing for Lana on the 9th. She called her at 15:39. On the 8th, she did not catch the phone, and on 2 times on the 8th. So 1 minute apart, maybe she thought she was home. 19:34 and 19:35. So what is that? 7 in the evening. And then Brian, she 1:51, 1 minute and 51 seconds. I don't like on here that they don't show if they hung up or not. You see, they did this different redaction. I know they have to redact the pin, but it's the same company. Maybe it's the way they pull the report, but I would love to see who hung up. I don't know why. I guess it doesn't matter because I'm nosy. Okay, so then this is the one that I believe is her son's number. So he talked to her for 4 minutes on Valentine's Day, which that's sweet. And then this was a 407, but it's neither the son or Brian. So on George's birthday, she talked to Brian for 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Her son didn't answer on these days. On the 13th, he didn't answer. She called him 3 times on the 13th, 9:35 in the morning, which I would think he would be at school, but I don't know. And then was that President's? No, that's not President's. I don't know why she was calling with that. And then 16:04, so 4:01 and 4:03, she also called him on the 13th, and he did not answer. Brian on the 13th didn't answer this AT&T number. Then Julian spoke with her for 1 minute and 7 seconds on the 12th, but she calls back to back. You see how there's 11:37 here and then 11:39. Maybe they have an arranged time, but I would think if you had an arranged time, it would be like 11:30, 11:45. Like, call me at 11:37 is a little weird. Brian spoke to her on the 12th for 55 seconds. What can you say in 55 seconds? Although I will say I do have some phone calls from someone else in Florida, and it gives you like this warning when you're out of money, but then it also sometimes it makes you, like, you can hear it, it makes you deposit money to continue, or I guess something to do with the PIN. I wish anybody who knows how these prison phones work, please reach out. I appreciate you. I have so many questions about these freaking phones. Okay. And then on the 16th, she called her son at 8 in the evening twice, 8:07, 8:08. Oh, and 8:05 and 8:03. Damn, girl. And then Julian spoke to her for 18 minutes, 36 seconds. So you see what I mean? This is page 2. So I reversed it this way so that we'd end with the oldest. I may do it the other way next time. And this other stuff we had already seen. They resent it to me. I have to be like super specific with them. They're not as good with the public request as Orange County was, but it's okay. We got something. But yeah, it said no responsive records when I asked about her behavior stuff. So I'm sure I think also it's probably in her best interest to be on her best behavior because that would shorten her time in close management, which, speaking of close management, I know, Lauren, I saw something from you. Oh, good. I'm glad you remember to stretch. Okay, here it is. Your guest said close status meant no freedoms. I thought no tablet TV, no visit to law library, only a request submitted. No one relaxed social time guards with her. So I did not hear that she couldn't have a phone or a tablet because she's not in she's not being, well, she is being punished, but it's not like a hole as far as I understood it. she definitely is having phone calls and has had phone calls since she's been there because we've read them here. So I just don't know about the tablet. And I asked for tablet messages and they refused. And I asked for messages and photos, but they said those were private. I don't know why it's different than a call list, but hey, whatever. Um, it's past midnight. Oh, I'm dragging, traveling Teresa. Make no doubt. Hello. Yes. What time did you get here? You missed her appellate attorney sent me a little email. The family court judge has got her on the docket for I think it's the 25th of April. So yeah, like a month, 30 days. They're gonna go over prep for trial. And then we just went over her DOC visitors list, canteen order, and phone calls. Oh yes, please hit the like button if you don't mind. I agree, Tracy. She shouldn't get anything from Brian. She failed as a mother, wife, girlfriend, and whatever other roles she had. Drinker. I think she was a successful drinker, no? She can get a job in prison after a while and can buy her commissary with that. Yeah, and people are sending her money. So it's not like, I mean, you just saw her commissary. So if somebody's sending her money, I don't know if this, we'll see. Like I said, they're different. I just have to learn. I was very comfortable with Orange County because I'm like, okay, I knew the girl, Natasha. I would tell her, I hope you had a good weekend, yada, yada. But I got to just build relationships over here. I am getting, well, this is a Sarah Boone thing, but I'm getting Donna Adelson's body camera footage and van footage from her transport from Miami to Tallahassee. I'm getting half of them. There's 12 and they wanted $1,200. So I was like, can we do half? Let me see because sometimes the body worn camera is like one cop's over here, one cop's over there. It's not that big of a difference. So I was like, send me 6 and let me see. I may not need these other 6. It might be enough. But they charge you for like the redaction of it. And I haven't seen the footage anywhere. So I don't think they've done it once. Like, I think if I asked for her arrest, they probably wouldn't charge as much because it's all over the internet. They've already redacted that. So, but we'll see. I want to get something nobody else has. So is in Florida. I am not Condota. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. It's a child and it bothers me. I can't, like, I wear my heart on my sleeve and I don't want to be sitting up here drooling and I have to worry about like my own mental health. Do you know? I will watch it, but to research it and then I can't. A formal press sounding DBA, 2 cents press. Oh my God. I think I do have to get an LLC. I think I'm going to do, like McKelvey, which is my last name, Media Magic or something like that. I don't know. Something with media in there. This is live. You're welcome, Angela. I know it gets tricky because sometimes it's a premiere and we can chat, but it's not live, even though it looks and acts like a live. Do you know what I mean? But here I can actually put your comments on, which I can't do in a premiere because it's through YouTube, and here I'm in StreamYard, if that helps. I bet Sarah racked up a lot of debt and favors in jail. I'll pay you back as soon as I get my back alimony. Oh my God. Wouldn't it be great if she ran into any of them in prison? Where's my honey buns, bitch? Okay, Larry. Sad Lamp Works, despite silky name, also known as Happy Light. For seasonal affective disorder? Okay. I didn't know there was such a thing. Thank you. I definitely need that. One prison escape kit, no file. Yeah, someone definitely put money on her books. I just wish they would let me see. They're going to be a little tougher than, I think, Cheez-It Duos. Okay. Yeah, they definitely have a microwave, right? Because Christina told that story about the mayonnaise being heated up and thrown on somebody. So they definitely have it. Someone else told us that too. Our CO friend also told us they have a microwave, and apparently they have a refrigerator and a freezer because they're getting ice cream. Is this prison or 7-Eleven? She's still getting a lot of sugar in. Maybe they don't. I didn't see any honey buns. Did I? I don't remember now. But it's like she didn't get all those. She only had one order of equal, and not all that other stuff. With all those purchases for frivolous items, Boone has proven she has access to money and is not entitled to Brian's. Right. Hopefully somebody sends this video to Brian. Like, she's good. Acme Prison File, Coyote approved. I love that. Oh my god. Or Brian, no, he wasn't sending her money when we looked at her 2024 deposits. Her brother was, Lana was, the Julian and the other, I think it's Peter. I might, don't quote me, but they were sending her money. You need a soap dish because you take your soap back and forth. Okay, that's what I was thinking. And you don't want to drop it, I hear. I don't know if that applies to the hey pretend judge. I don't know if that applies in the women's. Although Donna Adelson said somebody ran their hand up her back from her butt to her back. We try and make a loaf of bread last 3 days here. No, Cheetos Puffs aren't the same as crunchy. Oh, I think I've only had the crunchy then. I mean, I haven't eaten it in a while. I try to stay organic. They do have some organic puffs, but not Cheetos, obviously. But yeah, that orange is too much for me. I thought rules limited number of items. I thought it's either number of items or dollar amount, right? I don't know. Okay, thank you guys. Everybody's like Cheetos Puffs. Oh my god. I must not have. Yeah. I always hit like, thank you. What will it be like for her in 8 years when she realizes she could have been out or she could be out? I know. Case closed, suitcase, death case. Oh my god. Isn't just an embarrassment to her son. She killed his playmate. Nobody seems to get that. I know. That's what I've wondered about this whole time. Like, how was it explained to him? You know, she spent the night that night when he was found, when George was found dead. So she spent the night with her son. And I'm like, did she only talk about herself? Like, did her son get time to grieve? Or did she like allow space for him to grieve with her? Or did it happen after? And then the whole trial, she's blaming George. It just is like, you're not a good role model, man. Yeah, girl. They're charging for their time to review and redact everything, right? To protect people's privacy. I don't imagine there's much to redact. And they give you an estimate because they haven't looked at them yet. And then if it's less than that, they'll refund you. They allegedly that has not happened once. But we'll see. Can't wait for bumpy dark van transfer. I know. With the shackles, like the way they describe it. Oh my god, I wonder what she was saying. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna do her testimony because we gotta talk. Like, oh my god, did you guys see that? It was crazy. I love this. Thank you. So we can donate and help contribute. Oh, do I have a Venmo? I have to look. One of those I don't have. Bunny dark? I think it's just dark. I don't know about a bunny, but the transport van, because the windows are blocked out, it's got to be dark back there, right? Like they can't look out. Um, but yeah, or maybe in the back doors, those windows. I don't know. I will look it up. I've been watching a lot of camper van conversions this last week. I don't know why it's been showing up in my feed, but they modify the vans and live in them and tiny houses and schoolies. I have an artist friend who's going to do the illustrations. The cover will have Sarah wearing prison stripes standing outside a prison bus next to a suitcase. Oh my god. It's going to look like a children's book. Oh, that's going to be cool. I'd love to see some of your skills on Lively versus. Oh, I'll look at that. I've seen some of it going around. My only thing, honestly, I was so disappointed because I wanted to see that movie, but then after all the drama, I'm like, this is the opposite of what that movie represents. You guys are acting a fool for no reason. Oh, Kathleen, yeah. So when we went over her other notes, someone was saying that happens with addicts, both like alcohol and drug addicts. They crave sugar. So yeah. Transport van, bumpy, inside van. I imagine dark. I do too. Hey Mandy, welcome. How you doing? Will her family case judge consider the fact that people are putting money on her books when determining? Oh, I don't know. I wonder maybe if Brian and or his lawyer get those records to demonstrate that, right? But I mean, you guys saw what she's ordering. Does she need $1,000 a month? Like, what is she going to stockpile it? I mean, because it's not going to last forever. It's over in April. But if she wins or it's favorable to her, it would have to go back to 2022. I just don't see it. Like, he's a single father. I don't know. I do not know. Not scratch and sniff. We don't want to sniff anything Sarah related. I don't anyway. I don't want to speak for everybody. You might have a smell fetish. Wow, it's weird and good hearing you repeat me. Love watching van life. Love life. Oh yeah. It's cool, right? I think maybe because the Gabby Petito case came up and I watched like the reactions or pieces of it on YouTube. I didn't go to Netflix, and so maybe it started generating that for me. That whole case breaks my heart. I really hope the court sets him free. He has to raise. Yeah, he's got to put him through college. That's what I'm saying. It's just like you're throwing good money after bad people. Oh, hello. You work for a company in France. My nephew, well, no, is it my cousin's son? I don't think that's a nephew, was here from France last week. The movie was weird and not the Blake Lively movie or the Gabby Petito. What time did this come in? 1:10. Could be either one. Okay. If you state your FOIA requests are in the public interest, then they can reduce the search fee. Really? Not this, it's the redaction fee. Like I have to pay for their labor. But I'll try. Listen. I was hoping for free 99 if we're gonna keep it 100. But yeah, whatever. That I don't know when she's coming to trial. I was gonna cover her, but I decided not to. I'm gonna cover more of Shayna because there's a lot of stuff out there, and I really like Jared Bridegan's widow. So I think I'm gonna do that. The Clenny one, it bothered me because it's all about my mental health, y'all. I can't do like I have to be able to find humor in it and not be mentally, emotionally crushed. The video where she had stabbed him, he's unconscious and she's alleging that it was in self-defense at that moment. They handcuff an unconscious man and drag him around because he can't stand up. He's unconscious. They drag him around that condo. And then when the maybe we could look at that, the body cam footage for that, because that would be an interesting conversation. When the EMS got there, they were like basically like, what the fuck? Take the handcuffs off of him. And so it, you know what I mean? It just is one of those other things of like where they take the woman's word and just, I don't know, like we just did that with Sarah, but I'm gonna watch the trial. I just don't know if I can digest the they should charge her for child support. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, David. Now we're on the same page because he's by himself taking care of his son. If she were a free woman, she would be charged child support, right? So maybe the judge will do that and offset the alimony with the back child support that she owes. But then that means she would owe until her son is 18. But thank you, David. We're here. I'm like, that is, and it's extra because like he'd pay for a babysitter. It's not like he can wait till the son goes to the other parent's house. And you know what I mean? Like all of the costs are all on him if he's playing sports, if he needs uniforms, school trips. It's like, lady, money doesn't grow. It's her entitlement though. She's selfish. She uses her son as a tool to get more of what she wants, whether it's sympathy, money, whatever. Because if she had his interest, she wouldn't be asking for anything from them. If she had his best interest at heart. I ate Fig Newton's chocolate chips halava today and got about 40 years sober. Can I blame sugar intake on my past? Oh my God. I don't know. Fig Newton's, ma'am. She does not need alimony. She does it's pay for stay in Florida, so she does have to pay a daily rate for her incarceration for the rest of her life. I mean, good luck getting the money, Florida, but sure. She needs cheese slices. What kind of mother would take money exactly from her son's care when her husband has been unemployed and probably still struggling from being unemployed while she sits in jail and is not contributing? So my theory is because Brian's parents have money, right? So she's thinking, well, they can just give you money and then you give me money. But like, why should they? First of all, she's ruined their family name. She didn't take her Paulson back. right? And so now they're forever associated with her, number one. And then two, she was just a shitty mom. They remember like Brian worried about if she's gonna pick him up from school or she's too busy or it's not a good weekend, like they were a party to all of that. So why would they finance her lifestyle in jail? So many van lifers out here near Zion on oh yeah, they shouldn't leave trash. I don't think they're hardcore van lifers because it's sort of like hiking, like leave no, what is it, basically don't leave your stuff, take your stuff with you, take it out. So they definitely should not be leaving. I do want to cover it's a look back at a trial. I've recorded it. It's the guy, oh my god, what is his name, Farlucci. He murdered his wife in their 1-year anniversary. Because I watched that trial and I just like part of his testimony in the closing I want to talk to you guys about. If he has to pay her alimony, the money should go to the taxpayers to offset the cost of housing her. I know that's right. Ex-husband. Or former husband is what she says. Former husband. Hey, if you're happy, plus you get to work with the French. Do you speak French fluently? You must. I only ask, I mean, I've had the pleasure of working with others, but they always spoke English, so that was helpful. When I was at Morgan Stanley, I was on a global team. Your cat is so cute. Oh, I gotta find Space Cat. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah. 11 months, but still a small cat. She's cute. Okay, it wasn't good at the end, yeah. I was totally turned off by all their shenanigans, but I will look into it. Brian should actually get a judgment against her for child support if he's ordered to pay back alimony. He's 100% caring for their son. That would reduce. Right. I agree, Mandy. And I think like the way this judge wrote that order, I think she is no nonsense. And I don't know if you guys watched the video I did about her background. Like she was in the foster care system and all of these other things. And so I don't think all those excuses are going to fly with her, right? A lot of us get dealt a hard or a bad blow, whatever that saying is, but it's like you move on, you figure out how to recover, right? You don't wallow in it. And Sarah is wallowing. She's a victim, she's entitled. The fee includes search and rejection. Just state this case is public interest. Fees will be reduced. Okay. I'll try it. If she has a drink in her hand, you should put one of those little umbrellas in it. Oh my god. I've always thought it was so sad. Hi, Jackie Anderson. How obvious it is that Sarah's son is not her priority in this alimony case. She wants her ex-husband, who's single-handedly raising their son, to fund her commissary. Right. And I also, like, she's so adamant. At first, I was like, well, maybe she's getting bullied in jail. But now she's in prison and it's still going on. And she's in close management. So she's not getting bullied. So it's just like, for her, she's like, he owes me. It was a court order. He owes me. It doesn't matter that the circumstances have changed. It doesn't matter that I put someone in a suitcase and didn't let them out. Do you know? Like, let it go, girl. I have a couple of seats. Maybe Owens will step in and help her. She's gonna need a lawyer. Although it would be fun to watch her fumble around. I won't feel bad then about her not having a lawyer. He can write a blurb for the back. He can't resist opportunity for attention. He's missing. The Courtney Clooney, yeah, that was all very weird. It was all so strange. Has an excellent video on that case. I love dreading. I'll watch, I'll look. Someone was telling me the people behind dreading, one of them was Jim can't swim. Can anybody confirm that? I'm like, that seems like so. I never see Jim can swim anymore though. So I don't know. JCS. If you want men criminals, watch Nightly News. Lester Holt stepped down from Nightly News. Oof, okay. 2025. Yes, I know. Because we've got Donna, we've got Lori. Who else is this summer? Because Donna's the 3rd. I think Lori is next month, right? Isn't somebody April 1st? Maybe that's Lori. I have a calendar. If it wasn't so late, my brain would be faster. Brian's attorney is also getting a copy of the same records as you are getting. Why do you have to pay for what is readily available? No, I'm talking about the Donna Adelson body camera footage. I haven't had to pay for any family court stuff. But the prison charges, the family, for their time, and then the whoever it is charging me for Donna's. We had a long conversation and she was like, well, you should get them all because it might be something on there that you miss. And I was like, well, I don't even know what it is. There's no way I can look at 12 all at once anyway, because it's just like endless footage. So let's start with 6. I think I'm gonna be good. Yes, she will use anything as a tool. Her parents died when she was young. Her grandparents died when she was young. Except for her straight A students. Somebody said, can you get her school records? Y'all know she went to school, like, it's almost her 30-year reunion. I don't think they keep those records that long. And I don't know if they're public. Hello, Kathy. Uh-oh. We are burning the midnight oil. Dreading is good. This is Monsters is good. His other channel, Giles's other channel, Sinister. Those are good. I like the sound of his voice. Law nerds, yeah. In Texas, child support is reduced to $50 a month if incarcerated. Why? Why do you need child support if you're in jail and you're not supporting the child? Oh, this makes me mad. You know what? Like, I do feel like men get the short end of the stick a lot of the times in family court. Unnecessarily. But I think also, if you're gonna get married, get a prenup. Like, don't. He was me. This is just my opinion, my 2 cents. That's why you're here. Brian was saving Sarah, right? Because the whole thing that she started to tell at the trial about, oh, my mom died, and then he asked, and blah, blah, blah. Like, she was playing damsel in distress, and he was being Captain Save-A-Ho. And so those roles never changed, even though they got divorced. Like, that's why she cheated him. All like she thought he was gonna take her back and forgive her. And do you know? It's just anyway. Oh, you got your teeth. You know what? I wasn't gonna say anything about your teeth, Lauren, but when you said about the fig Newtons, I was like, with no teeth, that does not seem good. But okay, I'm glad you did. Was forced to eat all that candy, Trader Joe brand fig Newtons. FYI, it crossed my mind, but I was like, everybody doesn't know she doesn't have her teeth, so I'm not gonna say anything. Except for those who were on that one Zoom when you came in with, and you were like, I'm not putting my teeth in. Okay, that clarified. Maybe you saw the look in my eye, like, really? Christian's family is suing that apartment complex he and Courtney lived in. Maybe cover that part of the. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Oh, I'm glad they're doing something. And they released Courtney's parents. They dropped those charges for like whatever they did with the computer. They had it like charges of evidence tampering. Those were dropped, which I'm like, really? She looks so different now too when you see her. Because sometimes I watch like STS has covered some of her hearings. That without the filler and the Botox and the extensions and the eyelashes, sis, like, wow. Oh my God. And just, I know we're going to talk about Donna tomorrow, but her and the carbs, like, why is she telling the judge about carbs? You do think he's in charge of jail reform, ma'am? You're eating. She's like, and sometimes I have to get tuna to get protein. He's not a dietitian. Look at Judge Everett. Is he worried about what you eating, ma'am? He's barely worried about what he's eating. What did Kathy say from Gossip Rumor? He looks like a Duplo character. Duplo, like the baby has those. He does though, because there's no neck. I love him though. He's the right one for Donna. Is irrelevant. Plus, they are senior. Exactly. Not in Sarah's mind. I think that was part of the reason she married him too, because his family came from money. Brian's parents are well off, not rich. Rich is like an arbitrary thing to me. I think of Richie Rich. Like I think of either you're wealthy or you're not. Right? Like wealth, you have like what your net worth is, not necessarily the things but I know they have a couple of houses. I think of rich as colloquial and not anything of substance, do you know? Although, what is it? One of the prosecutors asked in the rose petal, did he ask if you're rich or if you're wealthy? And he was like, well, I don't know. What's the definition? And it's like, okay, well, you obviously have money because poor people are not confused if they have money or not. Um, I hope, yeah. I'm gonna send out positive energy for Brian. And with this judge, I just don't think if there's any wiggle room for her to not order him to pay that, I think she's gonna do it. I just get the no nonsense. I'm gonna look for videos of her, see if I can find her somewhere speaking. I just want to like get a sense of her presence. Um, reduced to 50 can still be 0. Okay, thanks for clarifying. Northwest. You hope Owen sues you? Please don't say that. I'm sure Mr. J would love to know her and Sarah have some sort of under the table deal for books and yeah, we'll be closer to you. But you know what? He can move now. He got a temporary relocation request. So he might file that motion for a permanent relocation. Like he's not visiting her. He's not even on that visitors list. And I don't think, I mean, is he gonna bring Lucas and sit out in the car? She wouldn't expect that. Didn't she complain about sitting out in the car waiting for George at his anger management or whatever? Like she just needs to let him go. Yeah, I want to know why Owens would sue you too. Sarah says they are rich. Maybe they worked, didn't drink, saved, and that looks rich to non-working selfie drunk. Maybe. Yes. Oh God. Adult child of a narcissist. Oh, bless you. And their son also needs lots of therapy. Another expense Brian will bear. Yeah, he's already been in therapy. So that was in some of the earlier motions why he was asking for relocation because he was being bullied. So I'm sure like his mother's behavior has come up in that, right? Because her requests of him were inappropriate. Like she would be asking him to tell his dad to buy her a hot meal. That is not a conversation he should be in the middle of. Any of those. Like talk to the dad. If the dad's not talking to you, write a letter, leave him out of it. Do you know? And then she was writing to the judge complaining that he was making fun of her because she was begging. And he said, Dad says you're always begging. Now, hopefully the dad didn't say that. I don't believe in bad mouthing one parent. Pitting, parental alienation is what it can lead to. But I definitely hope. I'm glad that you're a survivor of that. Do you ever watch the what is the crappy childhood fairy? She's a therapist. The crappy childhood fairy. She's good. Yeah, just like healing past trauma, complex trauma. Yes, yes, she is. Oh, he sold it. Okay, because someone was like, "Oh, it all moved to Patreon." Interesting. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I used to love that. Um, Owens will take most of it as pay, which would be hilarious. Oh, right, because it would be a contingency. Yikes. Brian's son can officially divorce Boone when he turns 16. Oh, good. Let's hope he does. I hope he doesn't follow in Boone's or her brother's criminal life. JCS. No, but are any of the people who worked on JCS over at Dreading? That was what I meant. If I said they were, I misspoke. News scares me. Oh, they sold out to. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Yes, he is back. He did the one video in remembrance of his son. And then yeah, he's been cranking them out. I'm glad. I think that's what Michael would have wanted, do you know? And he has those many videos with his son to look back on. I'm glad they started incorporating Michael visually because before Bruce would talk to him off camera, and then they started doing the two cameras where he was over there mixing. But that's also, it led to a little bit of backlash because once his son died, he was like, you guys left some comments. Some of them weren't nice. Like, oh my God, the man lost his son. Are you guys really like criticizing him about his parenting? What is wrong with people? He's been absent a long time. I don't know when Courtney is going to court. Oh yeah, Corey Richens. Yes, that one I'm going to cover. I don't know. Does anybody know when Courtney Clenny is going? I think Carrie is covering that. I haven't been watching, but I feel like I've seen her thumbnails. she's been doing like a look back. Yeah, I think he did get her. I agree, Larry. That's why she didn't want to sign that acknowledgement. Something is going on. And even the state asked about it. They said on the record, no. So, I mean, who was it? Casey Anthony's lawyer did it and then lost his law license. But I mean, Owens probably doesn't care what. His license was suspended for non-payment right before trial started. And then he's older. He's about to retire. Like he is still technically, well, I guess not. Are you considered a lawyer if you have the JD but not the license? Maybe he could get it in another state. I don't know. He's an odd one. Excess baggage murder. Are you guys helping out with Larry's book title? Yikes. Okay, guys, that was all the tea I had. I am tired. I've got to get up. I'm in the office tomorrow. I usually work from home on Fridays, but we have like a big meeting with some muckety mucks, and so I'm gonna be in person because I think we're gonna have to wrestle. Um, I know you could tell he really adored his son and was trying to get. I mean, even in that tribute video, like getting him to go back to college and all that. But the thing is, like, our children don't belong to us, right? We can guide them. Our job is to shepherd them through, but ultimately, it's their decision. At some point, you recognize their agency. You guide them and you talk to them, but it was his life. It was his life to do with what he wished. Unfortunately, he wished to do drugs. Like there's not much his dad could have done. A little Kitsuki with how late it is in Sarasota. Okay, Jackie. Yeah, I think we all need to get to bed because my brain is, there are things popping in my brain that I should not be saying on anybody's internet. As usual, I forgot to run the intro, but I am going to run the outro. I appreciate you guys. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't on the way out. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Donna Adelson. All right, be well. Toodles.